I can't do this anymore. That's what I whispered at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, trapped in a life that was not working. Maybe you know that feeling where potential and reality are miles apart, but the hero of your story is waiting inside you. That version of yourself who crushes goals and lives with purpose is who you are meant to be. I was once paralyzed by invisible walls of my own making. Now, everything's different. Not from luck, but through transformation and a framework that actually works. Hey everyone, I'm Jay with Life Next Level, and today I'm sharing how I broke free from those chains and how you can apply those same principles starting literally today, right now. In fact, this is going to be the first part in a series of 15 or so videos called Unfiltered Growth, and I want to take you on a journey from scratch, so to speak, to start building the life that you want. Every video will have ideas, principles, and proven frameworks to help you go from stuck or feeling unfulfilled to designing the life that you want. And not only that, but every video will have actionable steps you can take. By the end of this series, you'll have a roadmap to plan and build the life you want. Are you ready? Make sure to stay tuned because the next couple of months, my friends, are going to be fun. We're going to do this together. So make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video in this series. It could be what you need to change your life. If you need a little momentum every morning, check out my other channel, which I'm just starting right now as well, called Ignite Your Morning. It's another Life Next Level channel, a little bit different, probably a faceless video, still my voice for the most part, doing voiceover stuff. But every single morning, I'm going to have a short video, 3-4 minutes-ish, and it'll be an actionable motivational video that you can help to crush your day, no matter what your goals are. Anyway, without further ado, let's talk about unlocking your inner hero today. Part 1, the ordinary world, recognizing your starting point. What if I told you the biggest obstacle standing between you and your dreams isn't out there? It's in here. So we all do it. Right? You do it. I do it. Almost everyone I know does it. We create these invisible walls around ourselves. These comfort zones that feel safe. They make us feel safe, but actually they keep us trapped. We convince ourselves that we're being realistic when we're really just afraid to push past our limitations. I've been there too, telling myself stories about why I couldn't achieve certain goals or why some opportunities just weren't meant for me. You know that feeling? Take my friend Luke, who dreamed of starting his own business for years. But every time he got close, he'd say, I need more experience, or the timing isn't right. There would be something holding him back. What was that something? His comfort zone kept him in a job he hated, while his true passion remained just a dream. And let me tell you, he now lives in Hawaii running his own business. I actually moved out there for a while with him. So it's doable. You can do it, is my point. The gap between where you are and where you could be is created by these self-imposed barriers. Fear of failure is one of the biggest culprits. When we're afraid to fail, we avoid risks, we procrastinate, and our self-confidence suffers. We begin believing that mistakes define who we are, making us anxious about pushing boundaries in any way or attempting any difficult task. This fear then compounds and often leads to imposter syndrome, that persistent feeling that you're somehow a fraud despite any evidence to the contrary. The cruel irony here is that imposter syndrome typically affects high achievers the most. You might be crushing it externally, while internally attributing all of your success to luck or external factors, never to your own abilities. And beyond even these fears lies what psychologists call a fixed mindset. You might have heard the term. You've at least heard mindset and growth mindset. Well, fixed mindset is the opposite. It's the belief that our abilities are unchangeable. With this perspective, challenges feel threatening rather than exciting, because they may expose your limitations. You might think, I'm not creative, or I've never been good with numbers, as if these qualities are permanently etched into your identity. But here's the truth, your brain isn't fixed at all. It's constantly changing through neuroplasticity. This remarkable ability allows your brain to reorganize by forming new neural pathways and connections throughout your life. When you challenge yourself, you are literally reshaping your brain. The prefrontal cortex, which governs emotional regulation and confidence, can actually thicken through this process, helping you to overcome those fear responses that keep you playing small. Let's try a quick self-assessment. Now, when I say quick, you might want to do this after the video, but I really want you to think about this because it's very, very important. Be very transparent with yourself. I've done this exercise and haven't been transparent with myself because sometimes it's hard when you learn the truth about yourself. We're often hardest on ourselves, right? And we try to hide this stuff. I need you to be transparent with yourself, truthful. So grab a pen and a paper. If you want to do it right now, that's fine. Pause it, do it right now, whenever you want to do it. But I want you to write down 3 beliefs that you hold about yourself that might be limiting your growth. Maybe it's, I'm not smart enough to start my own business, or I don't have enough time to learn a new skill. But getting these thoughts onto paper can be incredibly powerful. Once you do that, I want you to examine each belief that you wrote down. Maybe create a couple of columns, that's what I like to do, and ask yourself a few questions. Well, A of all, is it actually true? What evidence contradicts this belief? What would be possible without this limitation? So this exercise can really illuminate the stories you've been telling yourself and illuminate the fact that many of them are not based in reality at all. It's us keeping ourselves safe, staying in our comfort zone, staying in those invisible walls, so we don't push ourselves, we don't grow. And I think it'll be enlightening for you to do that. But look, getting back to the video, the real transformation starts with acknowledging your current position. That's the value of that exercise, actually acknowledging it. We do a really good job of lying to ourselves. I don't want you to analyze the future. I want you to analyze your current position, not where you wish you were. And again, it requires honest self-awareness, which can be very uncomfortable. But when you start to see that chasm clearly between your reality and your potential, you can start to build a bridge with realistic goals and actionable plans to get to where you want to go. So it's a little bit of a process, be a little bit hard, you're a little harsh on yourself, but it is so worth it. So what's really holding you back? It's not your circumstances, but your relationship with your limitations. External obstacles will always exist, but how you respond to them and to your internal barriers determines your growth trajectory. By challenging negative self-talk, reframing failures as learning opportunities, and building your self-esteem, you can unlock potential you didn't know existed within yourself. Part 2, the Hero's Toolkit, discovering your signature strengths. Now that you understand what's holding you back, let's talk about what might already be working well for you. Have you ever noticed that when you're doing certain activities, time seems to disappear and you feel completely energized rather than exhausted? Maybe it's 2 a.m. and you still think it's 11, but you've just been in a flow state. That's your signature strengths revealing themselves. Most of us spend so much time trying to fix what's wrong that we completely overlook the incredible powers that we already have. Like Neo discovering he could bend spoons in the Matrix. Not expecting you to be able to bend a spoon, but hey, that'd be pretty cool, right? Your strengths are already a part of you, though, waiting to be recognized. These signature strengths, the innate abilities that come naturally to us, often feel so effortless that we don't view them as special gifts. Yet, they are your personal superpowers, like hidden gems in your hero's toolkit. Maybe you're the person your friends always come to for advice. Maybe you have an uncanny ability to organize chaos into some kind of order. Our society typically focuses on identifying and fixing weaknesses. Your education or your performance reviews at work primarily highlight areas that need improvement, right? Rather than celebrating the talents you already excel at. This deficit-focused approach trains us to overlook our natural abilities. I experienced this firsthand. I mean, personally, but, for years, I forced myself to become more analytical because I thought in my role that The successful people needed that analytical skill. I remember sitting in my apartment one night, staring at spreadsheets, my eyes, like I'd been doing it all day, my eyes were bloodshot and blurred, felt completely drained. Then my phone rang, and it was a coworker who needed help explaining a complex project to one of our clients. Knowing this project well, I broke it down. I broke the concepts down into simple language, step by step, and I felt that familiar, energized flow. I flowed with it, even as drained as I was. That moment, I really started to realize that my true strength wasn't forcing analysis, but translating complexity for others, for clients, internally, training maybe. Once I embraced that strength, instead of fighting my nature, my career accelerated dramatically. This experience aligns with scientific research on character strengths. There's I think a VIA character strengths assessment, and it evaluates, there's a few of these, right? But it evaluates 24 universal character strengths across 6 virtues: wisdom, courage, humanity, justice, temperance, and transcendence. This assessment identifies your unique combination of strengths that you can strategically deploy to overcome your challenges. In real life, these strengths can become practical tools in your tool set. Someone with bravery, for example, might use it to take calculated risks in their career. A person with kindness as their signature strength could leverage this to build stronger relationships. Maybe curiosity drives you. You can harness curiosity to explore new interests and expand your knowledge. To uncover your own signature strengths, think about moments when you've experienced that flow state we just talked about. When hours pass like minutes and you feel energized even after the activity, what were you doing? Were you helping others? Were you solving problems? Were you creating something? Maybe you were organizing information. There's a model that works effectively with this. It's the Aware, Explore, Apply model. You might have heard of it. It works well with signature strengths. A friend of mine discovered curiosity was her signature strength. She became aware of how naturally she asked insightful questions, well, we all did, which is awareness. Noticed this strength appearing in various situations, which is exploration. And then she intentionally applied it by starting a podcast where she interviewed experts in her field, in our office, so to speak, a virtual office. But this application transformed her career. And it created a momentum that carried her forward. She still worked at the same place, but now she was podcasting and she was creating the stuff for our company. It was actually really amazing to see. It's pretty jealous, actually. But the point is, y'all, when you align your goals with your natural talents, the journey becomes more enjoyable and ultimately more successful. When you enjoy what you do, whether it's at the company you work for now, a different position, a new company, a new job, a new career, or you start your own business, when you enjoy what you're doing, you become more successful, you become more happy, you become more successful in personal life even. It all is connected. It's amazing, y'all. So it's like swimming with the current rather than against it. Both are going to get you somewhere, but one preserves your energy while the other completely drains it. So look, this was a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be, but we've reached the end of our journey and conversation today. But in many ways, this is the beginning of yours. And like I said, this is the start to 15-ish episodes. Some are going to be on main topics, and then some are going to be supplemental to give you more actionable stuff to do. I want to make this as easy as I can for you. Look, changing your life, changing your trajectory, it's not always easy. You have to put in some work. I'm not going to lie to you. Unless you win the lottery tomorrow, you got to put in some work, but that work is well worth it. You start to understand yourself more. You start to do something that you love. You become a happier person. You become a better person. We're going to do this together. I'm starting a new journey myself. This is part of it, but it's time. Let's rip that Band-Aid off and let's do this together. So the truth is, becoming your best self means uncovering that hero that's been inside you all along, just waiting to burst out. As Usha Krishnan wisely pointed out, knowing things is great, but it's only useful when you do something with that knowledge. So your transformation starts now with one actionable step. So choose a strength that you possess and use it to face a challenge this week. Then share your experience with our community. Write it in the comments. Let's talk about it. You can always reach out to me as well. My email address is around. But look, every single obstacle that you encounter, and you're going to encounter them, not just internally, but externally, there's going to be obstacles. It's a stepping stone toward growth. It helps you learn, right? It's like failure is not the end all be all. Failure is just you learning, and now you take that knowledge and you go at it again. Heroes rise after falling. And I'm cheering you on as you start your journey and as your adventure continues. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time at Life Next Level. See ya.